Hello, hello, good morning, good morning. Shoot, you know what? I forgot to put a message on YouTube. Oh well, we'll be good. Now there's that widescreen that I have been missing. It's nice to see that it's back. All right, everybody, let's get a moving. I haven't fully decided where I'm going today. We got hot air balloons out everywhere. I don't need to get gas today. Yeah, we're good on gas. I was debating whether to head on out to Hamas today. Or just keep it local. No? Just a FYI for everybody in YouTube chat, I'm going to have to remember to say this once in a while because I forgot to pin a message about no text-to-speech, and I'm not really going to be able to read messages unless I come to a stop or it's, becomes convenient to do so. So just an FYI for all those out there in the YouTube chat land. If I get a chance, I'll try to stop and pin a message there. Coming in for landing, possibly. We got quite a few of them out today. Looks like we finally got some water in the Rio Grande. I noticed that last night while I was out. Or actually, it was yesterday afternoon. Good sign, but it means that we pretty much all the rain we're getting is helping. road. The wheel is trying to track on that groove in the pavement. Oh, we're going. Oh man, I'm gonna get hit by a camera, aren't I? Let's slow it down. Last thing I need is another one of those camera violations. Just another reminder, I'm going to keep trying to remember to say this here because I forgot to pin a message in the YouTube chat. I don't have text-to-speech working on YouTube chat, so I'm not going to be able to see the messages or hear the messages like I do on Twitch unless I find opportunity to stop and look at the chat. So if you do message me in the YouTube chat, I promise you I'm not ignoring you. I'm definitely trying to keep my eyes on the road, pay attention. Sometimes just where I have the phone, I can sometimes catch a glimpse of what's going on, but I will not be able to fully just read. One of these days, I think somebody's actually worked on an app that works well with the YouTube text-to-speech and does both Twitch and YouTube. So I'll be looking for that soon and giving it a try myself. Right now I tend to just not worry about it too much. And look at all the balloons out to the north. Quite a few. Gosh, I almost want to turn this bike around and let y'all see this view off over here to the side. With the sun coming up over the mountain, all the clouds. Looking amazing this morning. Again, everybody, good morning. Welcome to another YouTube and Twitch motorcycles Saturday morning live stream. I don't know exactly where we're going today. I just kind of throwing my finger out and don't even know if I'm following the wind or not. I'm just going. we do have a goal of trying to get back before it gets too warm today. Although the temperature is actually kind of finally dropping a little bit, you know. It's not been too hot. I mean, it's getting hot, don't get me wrong, but man, I don't think we're seeing those hundreds anymore. So that makes it a little bit nice. Other than that, I think we're just gonna ride around, and at some point in time we'll find a place to exit the city, whether that's we go south or maybe we go east into the mountain, maybe. About going out to Jemez today, but I wasn't 100% sure I even wanted to deal with that today. Gilman Tunnel, maybe. I do have the satellite on board, so I am equipped to get off the beaten path today. I'll have to say I'm pretty glad I figured out this whole camera angle thing. Well, it's not so much angle, the wide view. I knew for quite a while that there was something wrong with my video. Like, it seemed like my body was sort of dominating the space in the image. And sure as heck I went and figured it out. It's like somehow or another the super wide turned off. So now when you look at the image, I don't so much just dominate the screen, because there's like more to the left, a little bit more to the right, because now we got that super wide angle back on. And it all came down to somehow or another the camera setting got changed to another steady setting that locked out angle, and so when it locked out angle, super wide was not an option. We got that figured out. There's everybody in the chats today, huh? Am I out too early? Seems like it. Man, it was a hard clunk in a second. Seems like most of the time when I come to a stop, I can never find neutral. And that time I found neutral, but I didn't want it. tires are, assuming they're like, whether to get off here or now. After seeing that view, I kind of want to continue on, but I do want to take a blah 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 blah. I can't talk. A quick jog through the city. So look at all these people here. No turn on red, people. I don't know why people just absolutely insist on pulling up through there and somebody's road raging over here. Man, what a beautiful morning. Absolutely amazing. I haven't seen a cloud formation like that where it's just sun's like right at the edge of those clouds there. always scary when you see these buses. Watch, he's going to come into this lane here. Zip. Like several places where they do that. Driving with confidence. Oh, look at that. I complained the one weekend I came through here and there was no farmer's market, because there was been a farmer's market almost every weekend in a row, and now all of a sudden we got a farmer's market again. Come on, lady, walk through. Let's go. be a clip. this light, am I? Yes, I am. Nice. By the skin of my teeth. All right, everybody. All the chats have been very quiet today, both YouTube and Twitch. We were out on another Saturday morning motorcycle ride. We've already been out for a good hour. We've made a pretty big loop around Albuquerque, so we're going to head into the mountains now. If you're sitting there in the YouTube chat and you do decide to drop me a chat, I don't have text-to-speech working, so I kind of got to wait for opportunities like this where I stop and I can just quickly look down and glance and look at the chat. Other than that, I really don't read it. RW Drives giving a quick hello. Okay, I caught that just in time. Yeah, I can't read the chat unless I come to a stop like this here, guys. So I have Twitch chat is Bluetooth into my helmet, so I can generally hear them. I just don't hear YouTube, and YouTube has just been so quiet all morning. Well, both the chats have been quiet all morning, really. Everybody around me has got green. Everybody's got green lights but me. And nobody was moving. So, like, what is everybody looking at? It does say for watching on YouTube. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I usually feel like that's pretty accurate. I don't know, it seems like sometimes it's not. It's been up as high as 7 today, and there's been just nobody talking in the chat at all. Same with Twitch. Like, normally Twitch is pretty hopping in the chat on Saturday. It's Sundays are where it's quiet. Like, you know, obviously everybody's probably out doing their chores or whatever they got going on, and like they might have the chat, like different live streams up on their TVs or whatever, but like usually chats are usually very quiet on Sundays, not Saturdays. It's been a little unusual for me today that I've been out for an hour and it's just been absolutely quiet. RW, you are literally the first one that's chatted all morning in the past hour. Let's see if we know any of these people here. Let's see here. No, I can't see. Nobody looks familiar. Know those guys. I figure since I got the satellite on board, maybe we'll head up to the mountain today. We'll make that part of our trip. What I still don't know is how far up you can go. I saw some pictures of people that are indicating that they're still going to the top, but I thought with the whole construction thing that the whole top was off limits. So I don't know, and it was fairly recent that somebody posted the picture, so if it was a I don't know if it was like an older picture or something, or if maybe they're going past the point of where you're not supposed to go up, and maybe they're just going up anyways. I really don't know. Got going on here. man, we got multiples. One, two, three. Holy smokes. Breaking the law. All right, everybody, we are coming up upon it again. Oh, look at this guy's pulling a trailer right here. That's crazy. Let's see, who do we got here? I think I know who that is. All right, everybody. So here we go once again, the Singing Highway. I know I already did a clip on it, but I'm going to do it again for anybody that may have missed it. I did do some research in it, and the reason why you don't see the sign there or anything like that is because the federal funding went away for maintaining these singing highways. However, you can still hear this one. Now, as long as there's no cyclists close to it, we'll go ahead and write it, because it is pretty close to the white line here. So listen up, you should be able to hear it come through the microphone, even though the microphone's in my helmet. Oh yeah, darn it, there's cyclists on it, so I'm gonna... Yeah, I don't want to be that close to the cyclists there, yo. Must got something big going on there. More Bernalillo County sheriffs heading that way. There's 3 already over there lined up. There's 3 more. People out on their bicycles this morning, getting those morning rides in. I did my ride last night, so I feel okay just getting out on the motorcycle. I think I rode at least 4 times this week. Dimitri. You are now the second person that has commented in the chats in the past hour. It feels almost like a Sunday. There is, I don't want to say nobody, because yeah, cloudy, nice and cool. We've been getting rain every night, so RW Drives was the first person to comment in both chats for the out of the past hour. It literally have been to myself, just F1, huh? My lady's a F1 fanatic. Just rolling around, but I figure since I'm out here and I have the satellite, I'm gonna head up the mountain today. Yeah, since I took the time to put the satellite on, might as well do something satellite worthy. No off-road today. Motocross? Yes. Only in that, like, while I was out riding four-wheelers, and one of the guys that had a motocross, I swap bikes with him. So yeah, I've ridden. I never say that I've owned one and like avidly rode one. No. did, but I didn't like thoroughly tested it. Like I didn't like take it out for extensive test drives. So pretty much I just need them to come pick it up and then go do their normal driving and such, just to see if the code comes back. And if the code comes back, then I'll go to the next suspect component. Which I think is going to be I forget what it's called. It'll come to me. It's nice and cool up here. Turn around. Okay, hold on. Forest closure in effect. Turn around at 10K trail. Okay. All right, well, that's okay. That's kind of where I was planning on going. So I wonder then if those people that posted pictures not too long ago all the way at the top, if they were even supposed to be there, you know. 10K trail, I don't know, isn't it like a I think it's like a 5-mile hike, Dimitri. There's a trail up at the top. It's called the 10K trail. It's the one that my wife and I go snowshoeing on when we have a lot of snow out here. Isn't 10K 5 miles? Is that about right? Roughly half? Or am I backwards again? Six mile. Okay, so it's a 6-mile hike, or whew, man, that bird almost gets smacked. Well, when we used to snowshoe it, that was back when we had the Huskies, and we would usually do about 3 miles of it with the snowshoes. Gotcha. See, there you go. Canadian humor over my head again. On a bicycle too. Kind of like the fact that I have it to myself right now. Nobody rushing me, nothing like that. Kind of just take my sweet time and enjoy the curves. Let the bike do its thing. Not forcing it, just kind of just slight push on the handlebar right there, a little roll into the throttle. still gotta like watch the road. I mean, there's always like rocks that fall off the cliffs here. You know. My phones must have switched to satellite Wi-Fi because I still have video signal coming in on my phone, so they must have automatically switched or something and switched to the right thing. It seems like they're always going to switch to one of the other cellular modems, and then I lose video and everything. Here comes the infamous spot, y'all, where my son wrecked. Right. Let's see if we can find the spot. Here. Always kind of like my heart races just a little bit when I come to that spot, thinking about, you know, everything that happened that day. Oh yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's doing good. I won't say he's back to 100%, but he's back to 99%. We'll call it that. I don't know that he'll ever be 100% from that. I mean, he's back to lifting, bench pressing double 85-pound dumbbells. Double 85-pound dumbbells. I can't even do that. I don't even like doing double 50s, you know? Yeah, 85 in each arm. So think about that. So not only is it quite a bit of weight, you're essentially balancing, you know, you don't have a straight bar, so all your muscles are working to stabilize that 85-pound dumbbell as you're trying to press it, versus, you know, if you had a straight flat bar, you know, you kind of got some like control. So so 85, what is that, 190 pounds? Essentially, is that 190? Am I doing that math right? I can't think today. Oh yeah, it's a much better workout, Dimitri, using dumbbells, because you're working. Oh, is it 170? Okay. So what happens is, like I said, you get a better workout because you're using a whole lot of stabilizer muscles to stabilize that weight. So it is a far better workout. But I don't really like going more than 50, honestly, for myself. So I could probably do more, but 50s are all I have. So if I want to bench more, I have to go to my flat bar, which I'm usually on the flat bar. You know, I'm benching like 135, 145, something like that. You know, I'm not really doing. I'm not trying to break records by any means. You know. But yeah, his goal was to get back to those 85-pound dumbbells, and he did it. He's got it on video. I usually do 50s for the benching, do my 35s for curls and everything else. Huge sections of that just cliff, just that rock formation just wants to break off and come down. I'm gonna get going. Oh yeah, okay, we gotta show the dogs, everybody. All right, there we go. Dimitri, I don't know if you're still around. Marley. Yeah, no, we can't get out here. Sorry, guys. What you doing, Marley? Huh? Y'all come to save me? going up. I think we're still live, right? Trailhead. This is where I think we're gonna. Wasn't there one like further up that I think there's one further up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop at the one that's a little further up. We'll go to when we do our snowshoeing. This is the one I want. I think the last time I came up here, I pulled up right next to into the bathroom. Is this it? No, that's not it. Shoot, am I going all the way to the top? I don't want to go all the way to the top. Where is this? feel like, oh yeah, shoot, this is going to the top. Yeah, we don't want to go to the top. Oh well, we are at the top. Whoa! Holy gee, I felt the heat from those flamethrowers. Oh, good golly, there's a fire on the field out there. Uh-oh, somebody could put the fire out. I think we'll be good just to get another year under the belt and out of the way, especially since 2020. You know, my mind goes back to 2019 and thinking about how excited people were for the year 2020. I mean, I recall reading memes and tweets about the Roaring 20s. Even though the Roaring 20s was a whole nother era, right? But, you know, and 2020 just ended up being shit. All of you see a good view. All right, well, it's all downhill from here. That's always the cool and fun thing about the effort of going up, is you get the pleasure of going down. And this is where my 210-pound frame takes advantage of gravity, motherfuckers. Hello. So you all hang on, because you all are about to get an experience. Are you? I'm just rotating through. Sit, no, sit. Good girl. Yeah, that's good. Sit. Sit. Good. Okay, Marley. Alright. Good job, good job. Good job, Harley. You gotta calm down a little bit. Calm down. Calm down. You calm down? No. Back up. No. Yeah. Alright. One more, that's it. You guys gotta double the trees because the camera closed. Alright, we'll go Marley. That's good. That's good job. Alright. You think you're gonna get some more? We're done. We're done. Nope. So anyways, I'm just out for a little slow ride around the neighborhood. Like I said, I didn't even put shoes on. I got my flip-flops on still. Making Terry proud out here. So I'm running Verizon and T-Mobile and Starlink today. For the motorcycle streams, it's been phenomenal. It's allowed me to take this live stream into places that I have not been able to take in the past. It's been pretty exceptional. I've been able to get into some deep mountains, really nice, some of our high mountains out here. Like I said, just places that the live stream just wouldn't even work. Like right here, I do see some cell towers here and there. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, if I would have just come out with the 3 cellulars, it may have worked, but I didn't. I guess whatever looks good, right? At least that's what I pay you to say. I thought that was a cool scene. Oh man. Yeah. Well, that whole time it was the camera that actually failed somehow. I don't know how. I had to stop, disconnect the camera and restart it. That was the reason why you all couldn't see what was going on. It had nothing to do with the stream, the satellite, or anything. Just it was all. Let me turn around back here, and then I'm gonna stop right there in the shade.
Dmitry Kupryanov said, someone was asking about your preferred Moto helmet Bluetooth mic.
All right. And make sure we're done with this ad break. Are we back? We back? I don't know where I missed that other campsite. It was obviously down lower, so that means that the last time that I came up, I obviously didn't come all the way up to 10K. I stopped somewhere lower. But at least now we know you can go to the top. However, it's not ideal to go to the top. Like, it's completely blocked off. You shouldn't, you can't. Could you go in the parking lot? Yeah. Should you? No. What do we got here? I think this is Bill. Yeah, it's like Bill. See, Dimitri, there, we don't use 10K for everything. There's 9 miles. I was just saying that we don't use kilometers for everything. Back there was 9 Mile recreation site. Oh man, I just smashed that little bird. Damn it. Poor bird. I think it was already injured, and then it was injured and it was in my line, so I think I may have hit it. So I think that's where I went the last time, so all the way to 10K or beyond. Probably the next time they washed it, maybe. Oh, squirrel. That was a little black and white squirrel. You don't see those too often. Where they look like literally they're black with that bright white look, almost like skunk, but it's definitely a squirrel. coming up on that spot, like every time I come down this way, I sit here and try to imagine over and over and over how my son got in that accident. I have my ideas, I'm just not saying them out loud, because it's literally like right here, this curb that I'm coming up on. It's like literally right in this curb right here. And I don't know. Got my ideas, but like I said, just keep those thoughts to myself. There's more of those little birds. They're just like real, they're almost like they're as big as a hummingbird, and they're just like hanging out all over the road. I think I've almost hit like 5 or 6 of them, and I think I definitely hit an injured one back there. Yeah, they're real tiny. They look almost like hummingbirds, but I'm pretty sure they're not hummingbirds. Like, there's more of them. There's these little tiny birds all over the place. Right there too, look, middle of the road. Pretty sure you all can't see them. How and why do I have a tire inflation thing going on? I'm gonna have to stop and check, y'all. I inflated both tires this morning, so I don't know how it's even possible that I'm getting a low air warning. I think it is sensors because, okay, so and see, now it's off. I was going to say, this bike, since I've owned it, has always kind of given me weird issues with the sensor readings. Like when I first got it, it was definitely low, which is why they were on. And the pressures were just a tad low this morning. There's that guy there. It was like 36 and 38. So I filled them back up to 41. So I shouldn't be getting low pressure warnings, you know? And the tires don't feel bad, you know? those bikes, huh? Those guys are going up to do some speed, I'm sure. Not my cup of tea anymore. Prefer to chill, relax, enjoy the ride. I don't know. It's just a thing, huh? It's kind of like bicycle riders do it, but not all. But for the most part, it seems like bicycle riders do it. It's like that common ground. Aspen? Yeah, oh yeah, she's back to herself. Other than, oh man, I feel so bad for her. Like, the age is catching up to her. That bad hip that she has, and just, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. I don't know that she's got, like, I don't know. I hope she makes it till the end of the year, honestly. I think she will. She still has some oomph. But man, you can just kind of tell that the whole age thing is catching up to her. Maddox is even starting to get a little like clunky in the hip, like when he gets up, like, oh man, it's just like, sometimes it feels like it's like watching me get up off the couch, like that slow little, oh, everything aches. Yeah, I think Sandy's giving them something, and then Aspen's on a low dose ibuprofen as well. I guess on her last vet visit, we found out that she had a cracked jaw. How? I have no idea, but so yeah. So we try to make sure like a majority of her food is soft. You know, I've been hearing some pet owners are giving their dogs that BPC 57. You know, that kind of peptide that everybody's pushing for healing. But I have actually read and seen some videos of people that are actually giving that to their dogs, and it's helping them with their like different hip issues and things like that. BPC 157 it is. So I don't know, I might look to that. Give some to Maddox. I think he needs it because his hips are, when he's moving around, like just anywhere, running, doing whatever, you know, he's fine. It's just when he gets up though, it's like, oh, you could just see it in his hips. I'm hoping it doesn't turn out to like we had the one big husky, Chinook. Just little by little, his hips were like just deteriorating to the point where they were just dysfunctional. And then he would start pooping himself. You know, he had like almost had like no control over himself, and we let him kind of stay like that for quite a while. Like as long as he was still moving and stuff like that. I mean, it was not so fun to watch him like drag the rear end around like the way he was, you know. But you know, he was still going, and then it finally came down to that point where like he just couldn't go no more, and it was just unfortunate. It was just time to do the thing you just don't like to do, you know. The other husky that was just very, very unfortunate. Just to come home one day and see that she somehow snuck out of the yard and her remains were out on the main street. She was split in two. That was very hard to come home to. Was not much of a pet lover, and I had never experienced taking a pet to that point of time where they pass on, you know, until I met Sandy and her husky. That was the first dog that I've seen that just, you know, passed on and you had to do the thing. Other than that, either pets were either not mine, one was stolen, or at least I think he was stolen. The other one I had to give up. So yeah, it was really my first experience of actually seeing a pet come in, and it's unfortunate. I think these three that we have, I think Aspen's going to go first. I think Maddox is getting up in age, and of course Marley's only, what is she going to be coming up on 2 years maybe? So she's still young. Pull out anyways, huh? know what? I think somewhere Wyoming, I think it was, the Walmart on Wyoming, there's supposed to be a Hot Wheels car show in the parking lot. Just speeding to get like right in front of me to go the same damn speed. right, everybody. A couple more miles here. We're gonna pull over and end the stream. It's a nice little bicycle. Now, I actually got a really good theme song for these motorcycle streams. It's the Life is a Highway. Life is a highway. If you're going my way, wanna ride it all night long. Well, it looks like I'm getting home beating the heat, that's for sure. Still it's kind of warming up. I might be able to still get a little bit of yard work done. Don't. See that guy? That's usually when it happens, is like they don't see you. All right, everybody, here's my spot. Let me take a look. Let's see what I got here. All right, everybody. Well, I'm looking through my list. Thank you again, everybody, for joining for another live stream. Appreciate you all. YouTube and Twitch. Hang on, let me get myself out of gear here so I don't accidentally. All right, raid channel. Let's see, who do we got here? Well, there's a few people IRL. A lot of Zwifters. Alright, I got somebody we're going to send you all to. We're going to send you to Allison Ace doing golf course beverage cart. She's pretty funny to watch. Yeah, so go enjoy Allison Ace, everybody.